So in the last video, we talked about the essential things that you definitely need when you have a baby. In this video, I'm going to go a little bit further and I'm going to talk about the things that I could not live without. So stuff that is not essential, you definitely don't need to buy it, but it's a game changer. It makes life so much easier to have. So we're going to be breaking this down into the same 7 categories as last time. So it's things for baby, things for mum, things for feeding, bath, health and hygiene, sleep, play and outdoors. In regards to clothing, you might want to look into more weather dependent clothing for your children. So if they're born during the summer, you might want to look into like sun hats and stuff like that, something to keep the sun off their face. Conversely, if they're born in the winter, you might also want to look at winter hats or even snowsuits. Oh my god, you can get some absolutely adorable snowsuits. In fact, actually, can you see the snowsuit that's sitting on Clive's head? Clive's the giraffe, by the way. Extra things that you might want to get for mum if you're breastfeeding or nursing tops are just so convenient, and it means that you're not constantly taking clothes on or off or trying to stretch clothes unnaturally. It just means that there's just a little whoop, and there you go, you're sorted. So if you're planning on breastfeeding, I would really suggest getting a breast pump. Once you've got a well-established milk supply, which is somewhere between 6 and 12 weeks, it can be really handy to express some milk so that you can start to do a few feeds from the bottle. So this can come in really, really handy if your partner wants to have a feed or if you're going out for the day. Breast milk can be stored in the fridge for 4 days or 8 days if you know that your fridge is definitely below 4 degrees, but I wouldn't know the temperature inside my fridge, sadly. It can also be stored in the freezer for 6 months, so I would recommend getting some freezer bags, which I've put links to in the description below. In fact, actually now is probably a good time to say that these are affiliate links, so anything that I mentioned today will be linked below if you want to go and have a look or buy anything. If you do buy anything, it won't cost you any extra money, but the channel will get a bit of a kickback, so thank you in advance if you support the channel. So in regards to breast pumps, sadly the breast pump that I got didn't, it was rubbish. It was really rubbish. It gave me no end of grief, so I'm not going to recommend any products that didn't work for me. What I would recommend is to go out and do your own research on your own breast pumps, or if you've got anything that you would recommend for other people, then do let us know in the comments below. Like I mentioned last time though, I would recommend getting the Hacker breast pump, which is just a silicone breast pump, which is manual, and you just stick it on and it sucks on and it just gets rid of your letdown, which you can then store in the fridge or freezer. This is also a really good idea if you're not sure if breast pumps are for you. In regards to formula feeding, congratulations if you are formula feeding, because there is a plethora of things that you can buy which make your life so much easier. For instance, the Tommy Tippy Perfect Prep Machine is my favourite thing in the whole wide world. Out of everything I'm going to mention, this is my favourite, because all you do is press a button and it makes a perfect bottle at the perfect temperature and the perfect amount for your baby. You can also get the steam sterilizer that's done by Tommy Tippy as well, and it's just a quick put your bottles in, press a button, and 5 minutes later they're all sterilised, so no boiling bottles for anything. Regardless of whether or not you're bottle feeding or breastfeeding, I would probably recommend getting a nursing pillow. Now, you can't just get any normal pillows and just prop yourself up and make yourself comfy, but what you've got to think about is chances are when baby's cluster feeding, you're going to be sat where you are for a very long time, especially if you're breastfeeding. So you want a pillow that's going to be comfortable, okay, because you are going to be there for a while sometimes. By far, one of the most important things that I own is the caddy. Now, the caddy is literally just what it sounds like, a caddy, and it's just a little portable changing station. I've done a blog on this, a blog post on everything that you need to include in the caddy, and I will be doing a video on it, but I'll put a link in the description below if you want to go and check out that blog post, because honestly, caddy's a game changer. Just means that you're not running around the house 18 times a day trying to get nappies or wet wipes or a new change of clothes or whatever. Just get a caddy. They're so cheap on Amazon, okay? I've listed like 3 down below, okay? Just get a caddy. So next we're on to bath, health and hygiene. So I will swear by it until the end of time. You need a routine. Get your baby in a routine, okay? Do it as early as possible, just routine. And the best way to do a routine is with a bath time. And for me, I'm 6 foot tall, so I've got a snuggle bath and a snuggle bath stand, and it just means that I'm not bending over, and like, especially in the beginning when you're sore and you're tired everywhere, just being able to stand up upright and bath your baby actually makes a hell of a difference, so I would really recommend that. After you've done your lovely little bath, you want to get them some hooded towels so that you can put it over their head and it dries their hair at the same time of them all being wrapped up in their little towel. Now remember, for the first 6 months of your baby's life, you're not going to need any kind of bath product, so you're not going to need shampoo, shampoos. You're not going to need bubble bath because the water alone is gentle enough to clean your baby. However, after that, there might be other products that you want to buy. I know I was gifted the Johnson's Baby Bedtime Gift Set, which is lavender smelling. I don't know, but it smells really nice. And so once my baby was a little bit older, I was a bit more confident to kind of bath her and those type of things, but I wouldn't recommend doing anything like that before 6 weeks. And in the meantime, if you are needing shampoo or something to wash your baby's hair with, I would recommend the Baby Aveeno shampoo because it's really, really sensitive. Throughout our entire bath time and bedtime routine, we use the VTech Starlight Sound Bear, which is just a small little bear that projects lights like stars and rockets onto the ceiling, and it changes colour, and it's just something to kind of relax baby. It plays like little music, or it plays nature sounds, or it plays bedtime stories and stuff like that, and it's just nice for creating an ambience in the room and is part of our bedtime ritual. And the final addition to bath time that I've got is my little ducky thermometer. So in the very beginning, not so much now, but in the very beginning, I was really apprehensive about, oh, is the bath water too hot and blah, blah, blah. So really, for the sake of a £5, get a thermometer. And this one also acts as a bath toy as well. So little baby kicks it all the time and she tries to grab for it. And, you know, so it's just that little extra added thing and it gives you peace of mind. Now, the Johnson's Baby Bedtime Gift Set does have like a lavender smelling lotion in. However, for Flick, what we've been using is the Aveeno Baby Moisturiser, just because it's really, really gentle on the skin, and that's what we use after our bath when we give her a little baby massage before we put her into our jammies ready for bed. I would really recommend baby massage. It's my favourite part of the day because it just strengthens the bond between you and baby. There's loads of research into why it's a good thing, and I'll see if I can find any and put it here now, maybe. And if you want to read more about that, I'll put the references in the description as well. God, this description's going to be so long. After your baby's all massaged and lovely and ready for bed, you can put them down. I bought the Grow Egg 2 as the room thermometer, which also doubles as a nightlight. So now we don't really use it for a thermometer. You kind of, in the very beginning, you're very kind of anal about knowing what temperature things are and what you need to know. Whereas I generally found very, very quickly, if you're too hot, baby's too hot. If you're too cold, baby's too cold. And chances are they'll let you know if they're too hot or too cold anyway. But what I love about the Grow Egg 2 is not only is it a little thermometer and lets you know the temperature, it also acts as a night light. So there's no harsh blue lights, they're more reds and oranges, which is perfect for your baby during the night. If you're looking for like nap time during the day things as well, I found that swaddles are really helpful. However, God help me, I could not swaddle my baby in a blanket. So I used the really handy Velcro swaddles that you can get off Amazon for dead cheap, and it just really settles baby and it means that she has a better sleep for longer. I am going to be doing a different video altogether on the research surrounding swaddling and safe sleeping with swaddling. However, if you want more information, you can go to the Lullaby Trust's website because they've got lots of information on safe sleeping with swaddling. In regards to play, the one thing that I did say in the last video was that you don't need anything to play with your child, you need yourself. However, what we invested in, I don't have them here. I'll have to go and get them and I'll put a picture of them here now. Are high contrast picture books. So they're designed specifically for young newborn eyes to focus on. And not only will your baby hear your voice when you're reading them, they'll have that kind of really high contrast thing to focus on as well. So there is quite a lot of research into this, which I will do a separate video on because this is kind of more a list of things that you should get. If I include the research for every single thing, this video will be about 2 hours long. So I will do separate videos on that. But these books have been found to encourage your baby's visual development, which can benefit your baby for years. The last thing that I'm going to suggest is more for when baby is out of the first sort of week stage. So for the first week, they're just going to sleep and cry a lot. But very, very quickly, baby decides that they want to see more of the world. And we ended up getting the Maxi Cozy Cory rocker, which basically, instead of her lying on her back, she was just slightly more upright. And it just meant that she could see more. And it also meant that I could pick her up and carry her places. So I could take her into the kitchen. She loves the kitchen. And I could be doing the dishwasher, I could be doing the washing, or I could be doing the washing up. And it just meant that she can sit and babble to herself and talk to herself and and see everything, so she could kind of see what was going on and she's not just constantly lying down on her back anymore. It gives her more of a sense of the world and it gives you more freedom to do things. And the last thing on our list is out and about. So for this, it's just a few extra things that you might want to consider if you're planning on going out and about with your baby. So the first thing that I would recommend is the Tommy Tippy thermos. It's just a thermos that you fill with boiling hot water, and it means that you can easily warm up your bottles when you're out and about. It's been really handy to have, especially for longer trips, and having a baby that will only drink milk when it's warm. The other thing that might be worth investing into is an Infantino 4-in-1 baby carrier, or basically a sling. So it's really easy to kind of set this up and get on with your chores with baby strapped to your chest. And obviously with it being 4-in-1, you can use it at 4 different stages of the baby's growth, and it means you can keep baby close to you at all times while you're still getting on with the things that you need to do. Obviously, if you're going out and about, I would recommend getting quite a sizable changing bag. This is the one that we use, and it's really, really good. It's got pockets for days, and there's just loads of storage in it, and it also comes with a portable changing mat as well. Now, if you don't go for this bag but you want a portable changing mat, I'll link the portable changing mat separately below. But this is an absolute must for going out and about with a baby because it's got enough space to put everything in that you're going to need for your day out. The last thing that I'm going to mention maybe could be put under weather dependent, but we'll just put it here because it's part of going out and about, is things and accessories for your cot. A parasol to keep the sun out your baby's face, or a rain mac to cover the pram on rainy days and keep your baby lovely and dry. So there you go, that's everything that I absolutely couldn't live without now that I'm a parent. If you think that I've missed anything, or if you agree, if you've used these before, let me know in the comments below. Remember, everything that I've talked about I will link below as well if you fancy buying any of it. And I will catch you next time. Happy parenting!